Fall has come to the homestead. All the flowers have been frostbit. The sweet potatoes on the other side have all been pulled up. And we just got done planting our trees from the Southern Heritage Apple Orchard at Horn Creek. We get every year. And I have a video of that. So I'll put a little tag on this. But got them all planted. And the sorghum's all done. But we do still have a few beautiful flowers over here. The dark purples and lavenders. They're just beautiful. So we'll be going up and down here and collecting seeds. We've already been doing that, but we'll continue to do that until we mow this down and prepare it for the winter. And that's kind of what we're doing today. We're preparing things for the winter. The woolly worms are on the move. We were blessed with all this wood mulch, and it's been here for about a year. The tree company came through and they were grinding trees on the right-of-ways, so we just gave them a place to dump. Not exactly the most convenient place or very pretty, but that mulch is gold right there. And here's what we're doing with our herb garden, getting it ready for the winter. Because we're not getting a lot of cattle manure and stuff like that like we used to. The reason we're not is because most farmers now are spraying their pastures and hay fields with, what is that spray that they use? It's a broadleaf spray, kills all the broadleaf plants. So if I was to get the cattle manure composted and put it in here, it's going to kill everything. So, and they're feeding this to their animals and think that's a wonderful thing, and it's not. So that's a real pet peeve of mine, and there's just other ways to manage pasture besides that. So we use our own compost. And so what we're doing is, this isn't covered up over here, the herb garden over the years has gone down some, and you can see this bare spot right here. So what we're doing is, this is compost from the barn with our hay that has not been sprayed, and so it's got manure and urine and all that stuff in it. And so I'm putting a layer of that down. Then on top of that, now that will grow some grass and stuff because it's still got seeds in it. So to stop that, I'm putting the wood chips, 2 or 3 inches of wood chips on top of that to drown them out. I always have weeds in the herb garden, so that's not a big deal. We'll just hoe them down or whatever. But that's what we're doing today. And I have I want to show you a very invasive plant. This is lemon balm right here. And it's a mint. And everybody says, you know, be careful of your mints. And I found that to be true in a few. And this is one. It's taken up this whole area. So we're going to dig this all up. And because I've got it up against the house, so I don't need it here. And we're going to dig this all up, cover it with compost from the barn and wood chips. So because this is a garden that not only grows herbs, but we put our garlic and onions out here too. But this right here is mountain mint, and I put it right here in this little area, and I keep it trimmed back, and it kind of stays where you put it. So I'm not worried about it at all. But this has been here for like 3 or 4 years. This all grew in one season, all that mess. So we're going to get rid of that, and there'll still be some left, but that's okay, but that's just too much. It can't have the whole herb garden. So one plant in my herb garden I'm getting real excited about is the mullein. We got one here, This is their first year growth. I had one big plant. I started with one big plant, And all through the herb garden, there's some more, there's some. But right out here, got some little ones growing on the outside. Look at them all along here. And I'm just going to transfer them back into the garden, so I'll have a little mullein plant. And they get real tall. They don't take up a lot of room, but they get tall and beautiful. So we'll place them in different places in the herb garden, so we'll have all different kind of depths. But it is always frosted well, and I wanted to show you this right here is dill. These beautiful plants, look at them all blooming. And they've just made a carpet in here. And it's just from, I don't sow them, it's just from the seeds dropping. I harvest some and then just let the seeds fall. So they're going all the way over there. I did sow, one year I did sow some over there. And so those are the seeds coming back from some that I sowed and I did not harvest. So we're excited about that. All this is a little carpet of dill. And no, I don't want dill everywhere, even though it is everywhere right now, but it keeps other weeds from coming. Here's another little baby mullein. This is a little weed, I'm not sure what it is. And it always carpets and it's real hard to get rid of, but we'll be covering that. We're going to till that up and cover it with compost and put the wood chips on it. Because this isn't anywhere, when I plant seeds or anything in here, I just pull the compost and stuff back and get it to the dirt. And the echinacea is being all pretty here in the winter. Or not winter, but fall. And here's an old mullein plant. It's one I didn't harvest, just leave it here and it drops its seeds. But I want these growing all over the farm because this is just a plant that you need for your colds and flus, anything lung related. And the other thing we're working on, we won't get it all done today, but this is our elderberry patch. And it needs to be remulched and everything, as you can see. Last year we cut this one down all the way down, but I didn't cut it down low enough, so some of the branches were weak and broke down. So this year we'll know to cut them like 4 or 5 inches above the ground, so when they get heavy with berries they won't break. So this guy right here, he's going to get trimmed down. I'm doing every other bush every other year, so just to see how that works. But the bushes that we trimmed down got just as big as the other ones did that we didn't trim down. But we're going to keep them trimmed down just to keep them under control. One of the plants that was growing up with them and you couldn't hardly tell what they were is this winged sumac. And if you could tell in between the leaves, my farmer friend, Farmer Brown, showed me that they have little wings right here in between the leaves. So you could tell them apart from the elderberries. And the good thing about them here in the fall, their leaves turn red. So everything that had a red leaf, we got the trusty lawnmower out and got us a chain and pulled them all out. So this is all going to, that's another place the wood chips are going. And we're going to put, I'm going to steal some logs that actually are supposed to be burnt for firewood and steal them and put them here to keep the mulch in. We'll see what Daddy says. Well, I messed up somebody's house here. Thank goodness I didn't harm him. But he is a big one. Here's my hand. That's pretty good for somebody that just been recently told they don't know how to farm. I might not, but I know what these little critters like. And this is the kind of soil he's looking for. Oh, he's gonna come out the other side. Here he comes. You see the little head? Now look how long he is. He's stretched out now. He's traveling. Good boy. They're doing pretty good here. Got that little bit over there left. But I uncovered all these gourds. So I'm going to have to pick all them up because they are full of seeds. Here's my stack I got to move to the wheelbarrow. I already got the wheelbarrow full. But there's still a lot of little plants in here. So if anybody knows what these little gourds are called, besides gourds, they normally have right down around here, real pretty and green. And I picked them up at a little store just because I thought they were pretty. And they are, and they make beautiful decorations. And they harden to make gourds. They have green stripes up them too. But I've not been able to find their name in any catalog, so I'd love somebody to write me and tell me what they are. And they will spring up all by themselves all in here. And like that area over there with the weeds on it, these little plants kept that completely covered all summer. So, you know, sometimes my ground covers get me in trouble, and that's okay, especially in this little area. And they'll come back next year, and where I don't want them, I'll just pull them up. But I'll keep me a few growing because they're really pretty little gourds. And maybe next year I'll set some out and really dry them and do something with them. But anyway, we're just about done here. I wanted to show you the progress. Real happy with this. And now I can start coming through here with compost and adding compost to this terrible soil because I'm a bad farmer and don't know how to, and I don't know how to grow. Well, we got her all done. Mashed it all down on the wheelbarrow and got all the little gourds up. And here's a good example of what they're supposed to look like. So I'm really interested if anybody out there knows what these are called. So this is ready for compost and wood chips now. Looks really good. Here the kitty is inspecting. What you think, Spaghetti? You like it? Okay. Approved by Spaghetti. So guys, if you're like me, this is the perfect birthday present. My daughter got these for me in between our fruit trees. We're putting some crepe myrtles, they bloom late in the summer. And just to beautify everything a little bit. They also have medicinal uses. And both of the kids are out here helping me plant them. And we on up the row here, we got another little apple tree that we just planted. And just real excited. Instead of getting stupid things for birthdays, anniversaries, get plants. Something that's going to last a lifetime, hopefully, and that your grandchildren will enjoy. So it's like getting a bouquet of flowers every late summer. This bush will be. A way to be frugal, not waste money, and adding something to your land.
We got the biggest helper we could possibly need while planting a bush. See his little paws? They're going to fluff the soil down in the ground for her. There he goes. Look at him. See, he's helping. He's putting all this pressure he possibly can around the plant so the plant... We
caught him one. I was just giving the water. All planted, looking good. Another one down there. Pepper's inspecting.